So let's continue on here. We're talking about anxiety, being anxious, not really being fearful, but just having this uneasy feeling that all human beings have when they find themselves in situations that they don't really know what's going on, and so that's kind of a normal thing. Just because it's normal doesn't mean it's easy, right? Sometimes it can be really, really stressful when you get real anxious and stuff. So let's get back to this simple little art project that we're doing. I know what I was going to tell you. Color. We were talking about color a moment ago. While we continue to draw this, I want you to think of colors that will help describe the feeling, right? That's so important. Use the colors. Just don't use, rainbow colors and stuff if it's not, really rainbow and cutesy stuff. Use colors that will help describe what you're actually trying to say here. I think that's one of the things that artists do, is they use everything, not just the pencil or not just the color, not just the colored pencils or paint, but the actual colors can help you define what you're trying to say, okay? So pencils, white paper, colors of some sort, I think we've covered that. So let's continue on with this. I'm going to continue to make my clouds. Well, I started making these clouds like that down here, but it's so much easier if you start at the top. You can make like clouds like this, right? And then from there you can add another one at the bottom, like this. And bring that over. Okay. So I'm basically finished with the drawing except the lightning bolts. Now, I don't know if you know how to make lightning bolts, but they're kind of easy. And let me give you a little bitty, lesson on how to make lightning bolts. Lightning bolts, I don't know, they can be a little bit tricky, but I know that you can do these, right? First thing you do is you make them on a slant. You can make them straight up and down, but make them on a slant. And what you do, you go down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's just one side of the lightning bolt. Now here's the tricky part. You start up here, you start with a point, you bring it down to about right here. And see how this juts out? You jut that out and you bring it back down to about right there. Do the same thing. It's important to know where to stop on these, right? Pretty easy when you think about it. So let's put a couple of lightning bolts coming down. Or if you want to fill the sky with lightning bolts, go for it. This is just what I did. There we go. I'm going to make another one coming over here. I think I'm going to make another one. Heading for this tree. Uh-oh. There we go. Now keep in mind that making these pictures of things that makes us anxious, brings on anxiety, artists have been doing that forever. Artists have been drawing pictures and painting pictures and building sculpture that capture that moment of uneasiness. And one of the artists that I love, and I bet you $1 that you have seen this picture, it's called The Scream, right? And it's by a European artist about 100 years ago. His name is Edvard Munch. I know that's a silly name, but over there at the time it wasn't a silly name. And he painted this very, very famous picture of a man standing on a bridge. Really, really just, the anxiety is just sparkling off of his face. You can tell that he's just kind of scared, and he doesn't even really know what he's scared about, right? He's just standing there going, oh my gosh. Artists have used all the emotions that we've talked about today and in the past, and they've tried to capture it in their art. And truly, I believe some of the greatest art that has ever lived has been artists that have tried to capture real emotions in their artwork. It's a talent, and it doesn't happen accidentally, right? They just, this is how I feel, and I'm going to try to draw it, and I'm going to try to paint it to make the people that sees this painting feel the way I did, and that's why I painted it the way they did. And so, and it's not just bad feelings that artists do. They all, sadness or surprise or being frightened or being happy or, just being angry, that kind of a thing. Those emotions crop up in artwork from all over the world for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And I just think some of the greatest art that's ever been made are from artists that can actually do that. Make you feel the way they feel. It's kind of neat. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to color in the sky because I want my sky to be black, like in a real bad storm. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to try to color in the background. Now, I want to point out to you, when I do these examples here, I usually use a really thin marker to mark everything around. And you can do that if you want, but you don't have to. I do it so it shows up better in video, right? Sometimes I worry if I don't draw real hard on the actual drawings, you can't see them, right? Now, and I want you to be able to see this stuff. So you just go in. Once you get your drawing done, all it is, it's like what you've done, and especially with something like this, it's kind of like a coloring book, right? You've already got your drawings done. The difference is with a coloring book, you're using somebody else's design and drawing. And in something like this, you're creating this. There we go. This is the biggest piece I'm going to have to do. Now, I used yellow for my lightning bolts, right? Simply because, well, lightning isn't really yellow, but I'm an artist. If I want to paint my lightning bolts yellow or blue, I'm going to go for it. Now keep in mine, I'm creating a night scene, right? So I want everything to really kind of be dark, except the lightning that's coming down. I know people that live with a lot of anxiety. I know you guys, it's been kind of crazy lately, with everything that's happening with the COVID and not going to school and stuff. And sometimes sometimes you don't even recognize that you have anxiety. It's just kind of this jittery feeling that makes you uncomfortable, right? And I tell you what, one of the things you can do as a kid is you need to talk to somebody that you love. Talk to them and ask them, or not ask them, but tell them, hey mom, hey grandma, hey dad, hey teacher, I'm really having trouble with seeing everything I'm seeing on television and I don't know what to do about it. It just makes me feel real nervous, like I don't really know. And I tell you what, if you're feeling that, you are not alone. I know adults that are feeling exactly the same thing. We're all kind of in it together right now. And so it's good to, if you're having these feelings, you may not even be able to really understand or feel what those feelings are. You just know that kind of something is imbalanced. It's not just right. Talk to somebody you love about it. I think that that's one of the best things that you can do, is because it's there's some crazy stuff going on right now. But I tell you what, it's going to get better. Things are going to ease out, and before you know it, it may not happen completely until maybe the first of next year. But you're going to be going back to school in the fall. Things are going to get a little bit better, and I'm there right with you. Because sometimes the things that happen that's out of your control, right? That you're just a kid. Hey, I'm an old man, and a lot of the stuff is out of control. So I just want you to know that you're not alone in that regard, and that things will get better. And if you are having problems, like you can't sleep at night, or you walk around during the day kind of worrying about stuff that you shouldn't even be worried about, talk to somebody you love. Tell them how you feel, because it's so important to have that outlet, to have somebody that you can open up to and go, I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I just feel really anxious and I don't know what to do about it. It's a hard time sometimes, but we're going to get through this together. So don't freak out too much right now, okay? We're all in this together, and things are going to get better. Listen, I'm glad you stopped today. Please finish these up. I think one of the things that you can do to help get rid of an anxiety of something, like weather, is draw it. Make it come to life. You can look at it and go, yes, at one point in time, I had a fear of storms. But as I got bigger and older, they don't bother me as much. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to do things and grow into a person that's not anxious all the time. And even though you're not anxious all the time, we have moments where we are. So, finish up this artwork. I will see you next time. Have a great day, a great rest of the week. Make sure that you wear these things when you go outside, when you're around people. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.